hello. I'm Rowland Hill, Sir Rowland Hill. I'm going to tell you all about my big idea. My big idea about a very, very small thing that changed the world. Come on in. I'm writing a letter. My big idea was about a letter, about sending a letter. Let me take you back in time to before my big idea. In those days, sending a letter was very, very expensive. The cost of sending a letter was based on the distance the letter travelled. Often, the letter carrier might be obliged to take a very circuitous route. This made letters ridiculously expensive, sometimes as much as £1. The cost was also based on how many sheets of paper were used. This only encouraged people to cheat, for instance, by writing in 2 directions across the piece of paper. Look at this letter. Can you read that? Really, how crazy. And another thing. The cost of sending a letter was paid for by the person receiving the letter, not the person sending the letter. So, if the person receiving the letter couldn't afford it, the letter was not delivered. So, when you sent a letter, you had no idea what it would cost or whether it would even get there. So, I wrote this pamphlet, Post Office Reform. Sending a letter, I argued, should cost a uniform rate of 1 penny to any town in Britain. And 3 years later, in 1840, the universal penny post was established. Of course, we had to find a way of showing that people had paid the penny to send their letter. And that was when I invented that small thing I mentioned, the world's first prepaid postage stamp, the penny black. Now, everyone could afford to send a letter, even those from poor districts where, heretofore, the postman's knock was rarely heard. People started to use the post for all sorts of things, not just boring things like bills, but birthday cards, party invitations, and, in 1843, the first Christmas card. So there you have it. My big idea about a very small thing that changed the world. The penny black.